Just coming into standing, feet a little further than hip distance apart, and putting one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just rocking from side to side, giving a little bounce in the knees, feeling all four corners of your feet, closing down the eyes and coming into your breath, into the present moment. Just letting everything settle and dropping the arms, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, gazing up and exhaling, just letting everything out. Hands back to the body, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, lifting the arms, exhaling, letting them float down, coming back to home base, back to your body. Again, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, exhaling out the mouth, swan dive forward. And now just letting the head and neck release, making circles with the head, yes and no. You can hold on to opposite elbows and just letting the whole spine fold over, letting the muscles drip off the bones. Trying all different hand positions, whatever feels good for your body, whatever is the most releasing, creating the most space, and rolling up through the spine. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up, palms together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Coming back inside, back to center, stillness, breath. Inhaling, exhaling, arms drop, and just starting to turn the head from side to side, nice and slow. And your lower body can be in slight motion, so a little bouncing, just keeping yourself present. All the nuances of your neck, your shoulders, and dropping your head down one ear to the shoulder, one ear to the other shoulder, and just sending breath into those sticky spots. Inviting spaciousness, inhaling, sweeping the arms, and exhale again, swan dive forward, shaking out the head and neck, getting some motion in the shoulders, and shaking it out, coming to an upright position, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, rolling the shoulders back, just filling the whole body with breath. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up and coming into an upward V. And asking for guidance, asking for support, asking to be held and met in this receptive space. And coming back to home base, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And we'll find our way to the mat. All fours, fingers are spread, hands are below the shoulders, knees are under the hips, and just coming into your own little organic version of cat-cow. So circles with the hips and the shoulders, letting the head and neck go. Just really anything that feels good for your body. You can play around with shifting the weight backwards, forwards. Lots of breath. Feeling the connection with all of your fingers, your finger pads, tops of your feet, your knees, your shins. And playing with extending one leg at a time, the other. Just letting this be your exploration. And finding neutral spine, tailbone scooped under. And then lifting one leg and hugging into the midline and extending the other arm. Finding your core. And the other leg and opposite arm. Coming right into your center. Right into midline. Being mindful with your movements, with your transitions. And unfurling in and out. Cat-cow and child's pose, balasana. Just letting it all go. Deep, full breaths. In through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. And coming back to all fours. I'm going to tuck the toes under. I'm going to lift the hips into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Nice wide stance, taking your feet mat distance, playing around with some knee bends, back and forth. Hands are rooted, finger pads rooted, heart is melted. Lots of breath. And bottom of the next exhale, dropping down, touching the big toes, shifting the weight back into Balasana, child's pose. You can flip your palms up. It is a gesture of receiving, of receptivity. And again, we'll shift our weight up, tucking the toes, lifting the hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Deep, full breaths. Fingers are spread. Reaching the heels down. If they go down, if they don't, keep your knees bent. And just coming into steady breath. And dropping back down, Balasana, child's pose, letting it all go. Shifting the weight back. Little cat-cow, equalizing the spine. Just taking stock of your body. What does your body need? You can undulate between Balasana, child's pose, and Bhujangasana, cobra. In and out. Fluidity in the spine. Lots of breath. And sitting back on your heels for a moment. Knees are together, head plants, arms are by your side in a different version of Balasana, the child's pose. Again, just letting it all go. Letting softness, ease, peace in the body. in the heart, in the mind. And coming upright, sitting back on your heels if that is comfortable, and just taking a moment, upright spine, hands on your quads, closing the eyes. And then we'll shift our weight off to the right in just a very gentle twist. So on the inhale, we yield, and the exhale, we just give ourselves a little twist in the spine, feeling the belly infused with breath, all the internal organs being massaged, nice and gentle. And coming back up to center and shifting the weight to the other side, inhaling, lifting the spine, exhaling, a little twist. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, just a gentle twist. And coming back up to center. Reaching back your hands and coming back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, just stretching it all out. Some knee bends. Just letting this feel good. And then coming down and planting the heels and rolling down onto the ground, onto the earth. Bending your knees, feet are planted. Putting your hands on your body, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. And just letting yourselves arrive. Feel held by the earth beneath you, supported, rocked. And then hugging both knees into your chest and wrapping your arms around them and just kind of rolling from side to side, giving a little massage on the sacrum, low back. Using this time to tune in. And releasing the left leg out, hugging the right knee in Apanasana. You can put your left hand onto your left thigh and just encourage it down. Deep breaths into the low belly. And then wrapping the hands around the hamstring underneath the calf and pointing and flexing, bending and straightening the leg, and coordinating with your breath. The point, the flex, opening up the back of the leg, getting some mobility. You can move your foot and ankles. And then taking your knee out and making little circles with your hips. And then taking the knee across the body into a supine twist. Left hand on the heart. Your gaze can either be to the left or to the right. Right arm is extended, wherever you feel the most spaciousness. Deep, full breaths. Really surrendering and melting into the pose, into the twist. And then drawing the right knee back in for a couple of breaths and taking it out and then letting it lengthen out, taking both feet out, both legs out, hands are on the body, and just letting the legs be soft. The feet splay out, giving all your weight to the earth, letting it all go. And then beginning to creep the legs up and hugging the left knee in, right leg extends. Again, giving a little nudge to that right leg to stay rooted as you hug the left knee in. Can get the feet and ankles involved, making circles, and then interlacing behind the hamstring and pointing and flexing, bending and straightening to your own breath cadence. Hugging the knee in. And taking it out and making some circles, just anything that opens up the hips, anything that feels good for your body. And then drawing that knee across the body, left arm extends, right hand's on the heart. Your gaze is either to the right or to the left. Deep, full breaths. Melting into the twist. And hugging the left knee in and the right. You can take your head up and meet your knees for a moment and rocking from side to side. And again, extending both legs, feet are splayed, and this time taking your arms up and over your head in a V. And with your exhale, really allowing your body to land. Allowing your body to rest, to unwind, to be held by the earth beneath you. Releasing control of the breath. And if you'd like to, you can begin to just gently turn the head from side to side. Nice and slow. Inhaling and exhaling. Subtle but powerful movements. Unwinding the body. Coming back to center. And then again, creeping the feet up. And we'll take the right leg and cross it over the left, taking the lower body upright and then letting the whole lower body drop off to the left. For another version of a supine twist, left hand is on the heart. And again, your gaze is in either direction, wherever you feel the most spaciousness. Whenever you're able to yield to the pose and feel the difference as to where this twist meets your spine. And coming back up to center, taking a moment, evening out your spine, letting everything neutralize, and then taking the left leg over and letting the whole lower body drop off to the right. Right hand is on your heart, gaze is off to either the right or the left. Surrendering to the pose. Feeling rocked by your own breath. Soothed. Met. And untwisting. Again, neutralizing the spine. Putting your hands back onto your body. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. Just letting it go. Taking your arms out. And we're going to go into a little windshield wiper. So feet are mat distance apart. One knee drops off to the right, then the other follows. Back and forth. One knee drops to the left, the other one follows. Letting your feet stay exactly where they are and just your knees are moving. Your upper body is still, your head moves in the opposite direction of your knees. Slow, mindful movements. Lots of breath. Tuning deeply into your own inner rhythms. Coming back up to center, neutralizing the spine. And grabbing your bolster or pillow and taking the bolster and sliding it under your sacrum, the very base of your low back, your pelvis, and situating your head and neck so that it can lengthen and rest. You can give yourself a little scalp massage and really giving all your weight to that bolster. Letting your hips be heavy. Allowing your breath to slow. And beginning to come into a modified version of shoulder stand. So one knee up, then the other. Hips are heavy. If it feels comfortable, you can extend your legs upright. Shoulders are soft. Back of the neck soft. Keeping your legs up as long as you want to. And when you're ready, you can bring your feet back down. And if it's comfortable on your low back, you can extend your legs out and just get some spaciousness in the front of the belly. Feet are wide, arms are wide, creating some openness in our being. New possibilities. And then walking your feet up so that your knees are bent, your feet are planted. A couple more breaths, then slide the bolster, blanket, pillow, whatever you had underneath you out, and taking a full body stretch. So reaching out through the toes, you can interlace your fingers and reach them up and over your head. Going from side to side and getting some spaciousness in the rib cage. And then again, coming into a little modified Shavasana. Feet are splayed out and open, arms up and over your head, and letting it all go. Giving your weight to the earth beneath you. And bringing your feet together and just starting to point and flex. Your legs are about hip distance, pointing and flexing and letting all the energy circulate through your body, pulse through your body. Renew your energy. Waking the body up and drawing the knees up and then rolling off to one side and just taking a moment in this fetal position, no rush. And using your hands to come to upright and coming into Sukhasana, a comfortable cross-legged position. Sits bones are rooted and starting to do some pulsation with your spine. So forward and back, lifting the heart, inhaling and exhaling, side to side. making some circles in one direction. Feeling rooted down through your sits bones and reversing your circle, staying connected to your center. Give yourself a little wiggle on your sits bones, close down the eyes. And then find something to sit upright on, whether it's a bolster, a pillow, a cushion, blanket, block. Hands are resting on your legs or knees. Take your one ear to one shoulder. Just really taking a little scan of your body, where you might be holding on to any tension, neck, shoulders, and just allowing your breath to settle, taking your one hand down and then the other, and just moving from side to side in a more fluid manner, getting into the side rib cage, releasing the head and neck, making this be your dance. Hands back to neutral, palms facing up for a moment, and then flip them down, closing the eyes, coming back to center. One hand on your heart, feeling your heart beating beneath your hand, your aliveness. Taking the other hand on top of that, and really holding yourself close. Feeling a breath, your body, the effects of this practice, perhaps infusing some gratitude as you draw your hands together in front of the heart and give yourselves a little bow. Recognition, acknowledgement, deep gratitude for this moment, for this practice. Many, many blessings.